place is crazy.
You wanna grab the blue bin?
Okay.
I think it's a full crossing map.
What's up, guys?
The spirit of rock and roll, to me, is the embrace of new stuff and new ideas and new energy, and not really being satisfied with how things have been traditional. You take rock and roll as it was in the 50s, punk rock in the 70s, alternative rock in the 90s. It's like the sound and style changes, but there's definitely something distinct about the genre that makes it not pop music and not exactly folk music or not exactly hip hop. Of course it can mix with all those things, but kind of got to be on that edge of chaos.
Rock and roll's an attitude, bro.
That's right. You got to like be able to push it to the limit a little bit. You got to feel a little bit restless. You got to feel a little angsty, I think. And I don't know, what we do is in line with that attitude.
It's just fun when somebody hears you say that and they go like, oh, kind of like Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
You could be somebody else for tonight. Would you hang so tight?
So yeah, now we're here and we're recording. Most of us are here right now. Our drummer has cancer, and so he can't.
Oh. Again?
Yeah, again.
How far along are you now?
You know, art is never completed, only abandoned. But we have our first single done. It kind of encapsulates what we're going for with the mix of the experimental elements, the rock instrumentation.
Now that you guys have been calling this place your HQ, do you feel like the physical environment's kind of impacted the way you approach the music?
The room itself definitely affects, I mean, how we record music for sure, as it's not just like in a, dead ISO booth or something like that, but also we do a lot of practicing here. So I think even that kind of helps to flush out the songs, because we kind of practice all right there live and everything, and it's the same sound all the time, so it kind of helps you get a grasp of the total tone, if you will.
That's cool. The idea that when you actually record that you're still in your home zone.
Yeah.
When it gets to the recording part, it's just about capturing what we're already doing.
Yeah, that's what we kind of want to keep, rather than perfection, more like the proper feel.
Running a stereo.
Yeah, we're running a stereo amp setup with, yeah, there we go.
Thanks, Jess.
With a Fender Supersonic on the left, a Blues Deluxe on the right, U47 clone that I made as the room mic, and it's...
You made this?
Yeah.
That's so
got a
sick.
tube from 1947 in it, so that thing sounds amazing on anything you put in front of it. And you probably can't catch it on film, but there's 2 mics in each corner of the room, which just captures the entire sound of the room itself. Yeah, today's a pretty simple setup, especially for us, I would say. We tend to have very complex setups.
Oh yeah, I know.
You know what? Let's talk about Jess with the lights over here.
Uh-oh.
Because
Yeah,
Jess,
might as well.
on stage, is not just our Akai sampler player, but our live lighting director, whether it's the music that we're recording, what we're playing live, and even the visuals we're putting into the live stuff. We want it to be live and off the cuff and a little bit rough around the edges. And on stage, you can see Jess sampler on one side, lighting box on the other, and there's nothing too pre-programmed about it. It's really just a reaction to the music and some good old-fashioned practice.
Why don't you twist some knobs for them?
Let's do the strobe.
Oh shit.
It don't matter what's your name or where you came from. Let loose, don't be a stranger.
I feel like for us especially, it's not just about thinking about it so technically, it's more about building an immersive atmosphere or an experience. That's what I do with the lights. When I'm thinking of what kind of lights would look good for a particular song, I just like love how the colors can enhance the experience for us on stage and the people in the audience.
Are there any colors you avoid?
I don't really like green. It's just
I was
gross.
just gonna say, when are you gonna use some green?
It's like, it just reminds me of like Goosebumps and Shrek.
Yeah.
It's
like,
swampy.
It's swampy,
It's
yeah.
slimy.
It's boogery.
So much of what we do is like taking that source code of a song that's just like the basic melody, some basic lyrics, basic rhythm, and then as a group fleshing it out where we're just trying to take the different instruments we have and maximize the expressive qualities. To that point, the color green in lighting, there is no expressive use for the color green, so it is completely out of our set.
Absolutely none.
It expresses nothing.
Wow. Envy.
So much of life is just about putting around, doing things you don't want to do. I think music is that place where you can find a release, or I don't know. It doesn't always have to be that, but
right.
That's like in such a secular, disconnected world, maybe that there's like a component that's missing.
Jesus?
No, I mean, Jesus has grown less relevant in recent times, so we're trying to fill the void with Sunshine Express.
The new Messiah.
Come to a show and it's probably like almost as good as going to church for people who don't go to church.
That's what we aim for.
Yeah, I mean, like, we always like to think of like some weird gimmick. The recent show with all those lightsabers we handed out to the crowd. And it's just so fun seeing everyone get into it and do that together as part of a communal experience.
I think you're starting to see the communities sort of blend. Because a lot of people after our shows will come up and say that, like, you know, they're only hardcore fans, but then they saw our show and now they like us as well, you know, and that kind of starts to blur the lines, you know, in a good way, I think.
The hardcore scene as it is now is definitely different than it was 5-10 years ago, where it really was just the remaining like gas in the tank from Alexis on Fire. To see what like Logan's doing with Mount Vile, I look at the kids showing up to those shows and they're not just wearing all black, they've got like all kinds of crazy makeup and other outfits on. I say, okay, it's not what it used to be. And I hope that the more that stuff grows, that crowd isn't gonna look at stuff that's going on in the alternative sphere, stuff that we're doing, and think like, oh, that's just weird. When really what we're about and so much of what the other music is about is the same ethos as what is at the core of the hardcore scene, which is that chaotic communal energy. And then for us, we're just trying to find new forms of expression. You guys want some weed?
Yeah, do you? I do have lots of
Want
weed.
some meth?
I would say yes to weed.
Yeah? Do you prefer bong or want me to roll a joint?
So why the heavy use of autotune? What brings that about?
It's not just about the pitch. Like, I mean, there are tracks that are up, and there'll be some tracks on the new one that there is no auto-tune. So it's really whatever suits the music, suits the song best. In our case, because we're doing something that has like a lot of energy and drive, the auto-tune actually helps make it more visceral, make it more punk in a sense. It allows, for me, if I'm singing, just to let go and go harder into the performance.
What do you mean from like this section?
Well, I'll do the beginning section one more time then. I'll do two of each.
Okay.
I'm just wondering what about this recording process is the most exciting to you at this moment?
The weed. Just kidding, I don't smoke.
That is a fat joint.
Welcome to Sunshine Express headquarters.
Don't do drugs, kids. You might end up like Aidan.
Yeah.
Jonesy, come here. Sometimes, because she loves pets and she's very affectionate, sometimes she does like backflips.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not saying Hillary Clinton isn't a lizard.
No, not green enough.
There's a lot of things we don't know about 9/11.
Jeez.
One of Aidan's.
I have no idea who said
Should we
that.
do some shout outs?
Shout out my mom.
Shout out Jess's mom. Shout out Jess's dad.
Shout out my
Shout out
cousin.
Matt's mom.
Shout out Matt's mom. Shout out Aiden's mom. Shout out Jonesy.
Yep.
Shout out Justin's mom. You know what? Justin's mom actually really liked our set.
Yeah,
Right.
When she
Justin's
saw
mom is
it.
cool.
She knows what's up. Red Stripe knows what's up. Justin's mom knows what's
Yeah.
up.
My mom liked our set.
Yeah, the Musical Militia knows what's up. Shout out the Musical Militia. Those guys are for real. They're like
Definitely.
legitimate maniacs.
Definitely.
Suffering
They're
from
not even
legitimate
that
mania.
liquored up either.
Shout out Alex from the Musical Militia. What did he say to you, Aiden?
Oh, he said, like, you're the reason I started going to see live music again, which was pretty cool.
That's pretty flattering.
Yeah, I was like,
That's
damn, I
awesome.
don't know what to say to that.
That's pretty good.
Nobody
Yeah.
said that to me.
It's because you play in prog bands, dude.
I Love Sex. One of the things I'm most excited about with this release is the video. YouTube.com. Just search I Love Sex.
Exclusive on YouTube.com.
Yeah, that's right.
Bookmark YouTube.com and your homepage so you don't forget.
Smash that subscribe button.
It's us, a bunch of our friends and supporters called the Musical Militia, and they're just throwing down, and that's what the vibes are all about. That's what the rock and roll is all about. The video's got cool visuals too. We work with Mr. Liam Flagg, Cellar Dweller, and I think to reflect the approach we were taking in the studio when recording, which is let's all like kind of be here together in the present and record this live as much as possible. With the video, we tried to carry that in with the visuals, and Liam had a bunch of different cameras set up, and it was like a lot of live video mixing on the fly, reacting to what was going on. And so it's like less about, okay, let's manufacture this product, and more like, let's just set up everything and then like hit record and let loose and see what the fuck happens.
So when, 20, 30 years from now, what do you want people to say about Sunshine Express and the place that they had?
I want them to say Sunshine Express, and what a success story, but also if it's 20, 30 years from now, people should probably be saying, fuck those guys. We're gonna do our own thing. 'Cause that's really what it's about. New forms of expression and heightened forms of expression.
I think that's a wonderful legacy to have.
It's so long, you gotta pull so hard.
But I mean, a good song stays a good song forever, regardless of what the fashion of the time is.
That's right.
If we can make some good songs, then we'll have done our job.